Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the THSCA Coaching School and Convention in San Antonio, here with the head coach of the, I'm going to start and then we're going to finish it, the Houston Sam Houston Tigers, Coach Blake Besselman. Let's talk about the name, because you guys have gone through like 3 or 4 different names, Math, Science, Technology Center or something like that. I can't keep up, and I'm really dumb, and I need help. So what do we refer to the Tigers as?
Okay, so we pretty much went from Sam Houston High School to when we got closed down to Sam Houston Math Science, and then now with the brand new school coming open this next year, we'll be the Houston Tigers.
Okay,
so we'll just
Houston.
Yes,
Houston.
Yes, sir.
You're Houston. I can do that. That's easy. I'm a simple man. That is a simple response. So last year, first year at the helm, 1-7. Not what you're looking for, but you're building a program kind of, from the ground up. It's a program that you guys are on a long district losing streak. And so I want to know maybe how you've changed now that you've got that 1 year under your belt.
Well, I can tell you this much, just the basis of just going through an off season is it's night and day. When we were able to have coaches, athletic periods, just do the small things that really have been taken for granted for so long in an HISD or in, for instance, Houston High School. That's really changed the dynamic of our kids, the way they think mentally, the physicality of them looks different. We actually went out and we played real 7-on-7 for the first time in a long time, competed in some big-time tournaments. And so we've really been out there. We've really been getting the name out. And so hopefully we can take that over to the fall.
Do you feel like you've sensed the change in the kids? Like I think from a coaching perspective, it's maybe easier because, you're thinking about it 24/7, 365. These kids have school and stuff like that. Do you get the feeling that the kids, with the change and now in the second year, are kind of getting to know you a little bit more?
100%. So they definitely know how I am. They definitely know how our coaching staff works. They know how to get around the school much better. And we've got a lot of young kids that have come in and really been under our wing and our direction. So that's really helped us tremendously, as some of these younger kids have really bought into what we're doing.
Furthermore, you guys have so much coming back. Yeah, it's a 1-17, but at the same time, when you got any team that's got 19 starters coming back, it's something you're going to be. How do you view the talent and the experience that you guys have coming back?
Well, the thing is it doesn't matter how many you got coming back. It's just a matter of how they developed in the off season. So we had guys that were bench pressing 125 pounds, squatting 205, and just getting pushed all around the field. Those same guys are benching close to 300 or squatting close to 400 plus, and so that's the difference. Is now that they can move themselves, but they can move somebody else. So developing them mentally, developing them physically, emotionally. That's the biggest thing from our area, is to take them out of that environment that they're in and try to put them into a much better environment, try to put them in a successful environment, because they've never seen that. A lot of our students, I'd say 75 to 80%, have never had success or never seen success. So you have to try to put them in an environment to see success and to look at success. And then when they do have it, do you know how to maintain that success? So that's really where we come from. At Houston High School.
So I'm a big believer that winning's contagious. You guys are in the midst of a long district losing streak. How do you flip that? How do you get it? Because I think as well as anybody that once you get that first win, the next one's going to come and the next one's going to come. Then it's going to be that. How do you build in? How do you remind kids how to win?
Yeah, and the number one thing is I don't think you point out that we're in a 75 game losing streak or anything like that. I think you just take it one game at a time, and our kids are excited about Needville. We're going to get to play in a road stadium. We're going to get to go on the road. We don't play in the same stadium for 7 straight weeks. Yeah. So for us, it's kind of putting together a schedule to where you challenge them and you put them in different environments every week, and hopefully by the time district rolls around, we're much more comfortable in district and we're much better off in district. So our non-district's going to help us out a little bit, but we're going to get hit in the mouth too on a couple of games. So that'll help us tremendously.
Your 2018 team, what is it? Do you have? Maybe you don't know. Maybe the answer is I don't know yet. But do you have a feeling on what your team's going to hang your hat on? What are you guys going to be about? If you're successful, it's going to be because X worked out.
I can tell you that speed, I don't think, will ever be our friend.
Yeah.
I would say that we do have 7 guys on our O-line back. We do have 4 on our D-line back. So if you want to win football games in the state of Texas, you better have a pretty dang good O-line and a D-line. So if we're going to hang our hats on anything, it's going to kind of be that physicality up front. And hopefully, we can put the pieces of the puzzle around that physicality that we can, hopefully come out with some W's.
All right, so then give me a name. I want to hear about a guy that down the road, if this season has gone well, it's been because this kid's blown up. Who's going to be the household name that we're going to hear from the Tigers?
Omar Jarman.
Okay.
Sophomore running back. Just been through a lot as a young man, and he continues to go through a lot. And he's just bought into what we're doing. He has no sense of fear. Not the biggest guy in the world, but he is a football player, and he's one of the better ones that I've been able to coach and put onto a field.
Is there a sense, here's a sophomore that you're pointing out and saying could be really breakout player. Is there a sense that because you do have all these young guys, if we can get them going in the right direction now, just think about next year? Does that cross your mind at all?
No, not really. I mean, I really we're focused on 2018, and we're focused on right now. We're not even focused on week 1. We're focused on our scrimmage, just getting to that point. So I think for us and our coaching staff is we've really backed off a little bit, and we've gone week by week by week. I think sometimes before that, when I was there, that people would look towards week 6 or week 9, or it's like we got 9 more weeks. So let's back off a little bit. Let's slow down. Let's start with week by week, and let's move from there, because people get hurt and things happen to where you can't go look at week 9 because your roster is 7 different starters come week 9. So really just taking it week by week, day by day at practice.
And realignment has come and gone. Look, it's never going to be easy in your part of the world, but it's it is what it is.
It is what it is. So, but Coach Nolan, he's a heck of a coach, and to see him kind of hang it up. I don't know if he'll ever really hang it up. I mean, when you're a coach, you're a coach. But he was a phenomenal coach. And just watching him and his demeanor on the sidelines and just watching his staff and his school, you learn from those Coach Nolans.
Sure,
so.
and the other thing is when you talk about what you want your program to be, I think in a lot of ways that there's an advantage to playing a team like Lamar, right? Which is, the gold standard of Houston ISD. Playing a team like them and saying, guys, you want to know what to be? That's the finished product, and I think there's an advantage to that too.
It is, and you really look at that, and I know Coach Dixon's done a great job over at the Heights, and obviously your Bel Airs and your West Sides, those are kind of the front contenders. But on any given day, you can beat anybody in football, so that's why I love the sport so much.
And it's a good coaching district. A lot of good coaches in that district.
Definitely.
All right, let's get to the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions. It's back again for another year. There's nothing on here that'll get you fired. Don't worry.
Okay.
But we're going to have you spin the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions, and by spinning it, you agree to answer the question.
Gotcha.
Here it is. Blake Besselman, Houston Tigers, spinning the Wheel of Questions. We've landed on, all right, your favorite stadium to coach in besides your home stadium.
Besides the home stadium.
Because, of course, your home stadium is lovely, and
definitely
we definitely want to shout that out because we would never take another stadium over this one.
I tell you, my favorite stadium, I guess just because the atmosphere, and just because we've been able to do it a couple of times when we were at Cy Ranch, but U of H was very, very – I love U of H. That's good. Now, if you wanted to go back to true high school stadiums, I was a Rhodes Stadium guy, Jack Rhodes guy.
Yeah. So
we get to actually go back and play Morton Ranch this year there. So just those memories, those things, it just kind of comes back and hits you hard. So
yeah,
definitely those two, college and then high school, those are my two favorite.
Well, and I'll tell you what, if you're playing at TDECU Stadium, then why don't you plan on playing at TDECU Stadium this year? Because that means you probably made the playoffs and you'll need a neutral site.
I'm good with that.
All right. Coach Blake Besselman, Houston Tigers.
Appreciate
it,
it,
Coach.
Thanks, guys.